มเราท้อถอย
God has a plan.
พระเจ้าทรงมีแผนการ
He's working it out in
พ
your
ระเจ้า
life.
ทรงกระทำการของพระองค์ในชีวิตของเรา
Things are not raging out of control. The Bible reassures us from Genesis to Revelation that God is in control of all things.
Actually, the ministry that you have seen called Shepherd Support Incorporated really had its beginning, I guess, in my heart back in the spring of 2004 when some of us went. We were invited to participate in a conference to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Barefoot Doctors ministry in Burma. The last night that we were there, as we went back to this place where we were supposed to be served dinner, I was sitting there along with about maybe a half dozen to a dozen other fellows who were seated around this fire. And there was one man at the end of the fire, and he said, I am 80 years of age, and I've walked 21 days, and I don't want to see this conference end. And I remember how it pierced my heart at the time.
Today, in an unprecedented way, the gospel has reached around the globe, and disciple-making movements are spreading. As new believers grow and step out in faith to intentionally bring the gospel to those less reached areas, we consistently hear how important it is to equip, encourage, and engage national ministry leaders so they in turn can stay the course and disciple others. This is especially true in those less resourced areas of the world. And that's what makes the ministries of Shepherd Support so important and strategic.
Our whole purpose is to encourage and equip pastors for the long haul in both their marriages and in their ministries.
Seeing the needs and the stresses on the pastor and his wife and their family, we felt like the best thing that we could do was to go out and encourage those, especially those in other countries where they have no help in the ministry. They have no one to come alongside of them and to encourage them as they're walking through the challenges that they have to face. We find that the pastors and wives around the world, for the most part, are dealing with the same issues, and we're privileged to minister to them, pray with them, love them, and try to help them to stay the course.
One of the unique things about the conferences that we've done is that we invite and insist on the pastors and their spouses coming. We want the spouses to hear the same thing that's being said. And so we find in just about every country it's historic. The first time they've ever had a conference where both the husbands and the wives have been together.
I want to encourage you as pastors to be model servants, servant leaders in your homes and in your churches. Jesus said the Son of Man has come not to be served, but to serve. Husbands, we're not here for our wives to serve us. We're here to serve our wives. And wife, you're not here to be served by your husband. You're here to serve your husband. Both people in a marriage focusing on serving the other person.
As we share our struggles and where we have failed, then they open up and they can share theirs. And we say, you've got to have a strong marriage if you want to have a strong ministry. And so we build on those marriages so that their churches can see the impact, and so their family lives can be changed, and then it just spreads. We just thank God, and when we leave that country, we bring them home in our hearts, and we live part of our hearts there with them because we truly fall in love with them.
What's really exciting is in the last 10 years, we've done 36 conferences in 20 different countries, and we've had over 12,000 pastors and wives who have attended these conferences. We know there are a lot of lives that are being changed. First of all, the pastors and wives, and then secondly, the people that they minister too. So only heaven's going to tell what, in the final analysis, what was accomplished. But we praise God for what he has done. We look forward to what he's going to do.